So hi friends, today I am filming outside in case like there's so much noise. I am I started doing this thing whereby I spend time in front of my apartment just looking at the view and just being by myself and enjoying the whole experience. So that's why I'm outside and it's evening and that's it. So today the video is inspired by a post I made about showing up as your real self. So I'm going to be talking more about that, about authenticity, about us showing up as our real selves. So stay tuned. So I'm making sure that I'm as clear as possible. But first, tea. And you can see this thing. Ooh. So yeah, I think this post was inspired by um a podcast episode I was listening to. It's the episode with Jay Shetty and Ross. I think on purpose by Jay Shetty. So that's what inspired this whole showing up as your authentic self. It made me think about something, that connects to why I even started writing or creating content in the first place. It had to do with depression. So one of the reasons I figured out that people go through depression, even from my experience, is when we are not living as our authentic self. Yes, I think we are too used to pretending. We've gotten too used to it as a society, as a social community. People always want to show you their happy side, their best side. So no, I'm not saying that you shouldn't want to like people to experience this good side of you, but most of the time, they are doing it as pretense. And for me, I feel like showing up as your authentic self is people seeing when you don't like when you are sad, when you are happy. Do you get? For me, you don't have to post everything. I'm not saying post everything online. I'm even saying about human interaction. When we are not okay, we are not even comfortable enough to tell our friends that, yo, I don't feel okay. Like I don't have my shit together. I need you. I need help. I need to talk. People find like we are too socialized to pretend like we are okay. That's what I have noticed. And then that pretense continues till we can't pretend anymore. Because I think with pretending, it doesn't allow you to do certain things like accept that, you know what, I'm not okay. I need help. Like that whole pretending that we do doesn't help. That's where I'm going to start. It does not help. Yes, so pretending doesn't allow us to be fully honest with ourselves or the people that care about us. So, and for me, it took a while to, accept that, I'm not okay. Like, what I'm experiencing is not okay. Do you get? I still couldn't talk to anybody, which is true. Because I think that since we have adopted that whole attitude of pretending that we are okay, I think we start to internalize that and do that to ourselves inside. But once you see yourself showing up as your authentic self, for me, I feel like, even for me, like from my experience, my inner self felt seen. Yes. She started feeling more comfortable just being, because this whole idea that we have to be happy all the time. Mm-mm. That's why a lot of us are sad and depressed, because we are thinking that we need to feel a certain way, that when we are not happy, there's something wrong with us. Yes, that's something that I had to deal with when I was going through depression, because I was always feeling like I'm not supposed to be feeling this way. I'm not supposed to be feeling sad, or I'm not supposed to be feeling lost. Yeah, well, that's not true. I mean, life is full of wonder. And I feel that we are always changing. Yeah, our personalities are always see. And I think that we hold on to these whole personalities so well that when we are not meeting or feeling that same way we used to feel. It's so hard for us to let it go. I think it has to do with this binary, or should I say binary? This half. There's a word I'm looking for. This way of thinking that we were raised, that there's good or bad, yes, black and white, there's no gray area, and that's a big problem. But once I started accepting that, you know what, sadness is just a feeling, happiness is just a feeling, they will flow, and I shall allow them flow, things, I started feeling better. Yes, and that took work. That's why I tell people that you can't wish away depression, you can't wish away all these things. Things like feelings like sadness, happiness, joy, they will flow in and flow out. We have to try not to hold on to certain emotions. To all the tea drinkers. So for me, yeah, my journey has really taught me a lot. But I always say this: kindness. It has taught me how to be kinder to myself, allow myself feel things, and to show up as an authentic self. We have to allow ourselves to feel pleasant and unpleasant. I said this in the video that people don't really like hanging around unpleasant people. People, even when I was going through depression, it's not like it was really accepted. Like it was really understood by even people that are around me. Everybody don't infect me with your sadness. It doesn't make sense. And we should be kinder. We should be kinder to ourselves, to be honest. But I think it is what it is. But we really need to unlearn that whole idea of pretending that we're okay. No, don't do that. That's lying to yourself. And I promise you, you are always listening. That's the truth. And honestly, once we start showing up as our authentic self here, we should expect people not to understand, because we live in a society where they pretend a lot. There's so many things they pretend about. I feel like this will actually be a podcast episode I'll do, or even a video. There's so many things they pretend about, but for me, yeah, showing up as my authentic self has been my blog. If you read my blog, see that took that took me really, you know what, I can't take this anymore. And I started, see, when I was writing it was anonymous, but that was like where I was putting everything I was feeling very lost. And that's because all the roles I have been playing in my life were not what was authentic to me, who I was being. Nah, I felt like for a long time I had been shut down. I had been made to feel very sad. See, like everything I wanted was unreachable or impossible. I felt that way for a long time. So, showing up as myself now is this. If I'm being honest, I am not fully comfortable. I won't lie. But I think every day it's gotten better. I'm more comfortable in the videos I'm doing because at a point here, I developed this whole idea that, you know what, be cringe, be sad, be unhappy, be happy, be joyful. You see me joyful all the time. I promise you, this is how I am. Like, I am joyful because that's how I feel inside. I feel a lot of peace and joy. And that didn't just happen overnight. It's a lot of rest. See, when I talk about my journals, it's like I'm joking. See, this is a work. It's so pretty. It's pink. This is a work journal, basically. I have some things in, but this is my creative journal. I have one for feeling, where those ones are like I've gone through. I think they should be up to 10 now. That's the work I have done. Like, and I embrace this whole idea that I'll feel what I feel. Because to be honest, if you are being honest, yeah, you're the only one that's feeling it. Don't tell people, or don't let people tell you how to feel. I think that even when I'm saying show up as your authentic self, I don't think we should allow or expect people carry our emotions. What I mean by that is that people think that maybe because they're sad, other people have to feel sad. Do you get? Or because they feel miserable inside, they try to make another person feel miserable. That's not what I'm talking about. Showing up as yourself is not pretending to be what you are not. If you're unhappy, that's okay. I don't feel like myself. Do you get? I feel that when you open up to the people that really care about you, I know that they are going to do everything they can to make you feel better. But with self awareness, you should be able to let them know that, and you can't help me through this. What you can, like, you can't do the work for me. What you can do for me is just be there. I can tell them what you need. Check up on me. You get, just ask me how are you. Sometimes, yeah, to even shift out of a certain habit or emotion, we need the people that care about us to be able to hold us accountable for certain things. We need them to remind us sometimes, not all the time. You have a reminder on your phone. You need them to remind us of who we are sometimes. Yes, but we shouldn't bring entitlement into it. But you have to figure out what your authentic self is like, what he or she or they, whatever your pronouns are, feels like. For me, I am just me. Let me tell you one thing. When I was younger, they used to shame me for my anger and sadness. I was a very sad child and teenager, and now growing up as an adult and healing, I know why. Do you get? I know why. There were certain things that were unmet. There were certain things that were invalidated by other people. Like, I know why, but that's like someone posted something here about if you're in a relationship, you need to, this whole idea that you need to settle arguments or fights before you go to bed. I'm like, well, that really isn't like 100 for everybody. I think it's getting late, it's getting darker. Let me finish. So, I mean, like, understanding yourself will know for me, and I know that that advice doesn't work for me. For some people like me, we need time to come back to compassion, because to be honest, when we are feeling things, we exaggerate what we are feeling. Anger, we exaggerate it in our head. It's more than what it actually is. So you need to show up as yourself. You need to get to know yourself. You need to unlearn all those things you said you were, and get to know who you really are. Cindy, who are you? Do you get? When you take out all those identities and titles, to me, yeah, those titles and identities are one of the reasons why we get depressed, because we hold on to them so much, so that like we hold on to them so much that when they are being taken away from us, we feel empty. And I'm going to be talking about identities maybe in the next videos, or like even starting the whole depression conversation and how we can get through it. To me, yeah, I don't, when people say, how do you get over depression? To be honest, I don't think it's something like, the way they say get over things in our social culture. I don't think it's something you get over. I think that for me, yeah, it gets to a point that you work yourself through it, and it just doesn't exist for me anymore. When I say exist, it's there. People feel depressed, yeah, but for me, I'm not there anymore. Like, I'm still figuring myself out. Yeah. I recognize emotions as emotions, as what they are. I feel them and let them go. But when I was going through it, I just felt really sad and empty throughout. But once I started working on myself, reading books, journaling, challenging myself, I really got to heal those parts of me, and I'm grateful for that. So I hope I didn't ramble too much, but I hope that we are learning every day better ways to show up as ourselves, as our authentic self. I am Cindy, I am sweet, I am authentic to myself. I try my best actually. See, if you see my workout videos, I'm always dying inside. I don't like the idea that you only show where you are you are doing the work. Me, I die after a set. And I'm cool showing it. Like, see me dying. So you don't think that fitness or lifting weights is easy. It's not. But I am always excited to challenge myself, work out, because it makes me feel good. And healthy body, healthy mind. So that's it for me in this video. I can't wait to do another one. I swear, I wasn't feeling up to it, but you know what? I made a promise to myself this year that I am going to show up. And I'm doing that, and I'm grateful for that. Thanks for watching my video. If any of the things I talk about, if you like them, you don't like them, just please like, subscribe, share it. Maybe there was somebody that liked my videos too. Bye, and don't forget to show up as your authentic self. And feel what you feel. Yeah. About showing up as your real self, which is true. So I'm going to be talking more about that, about authenticity, about us showing up as our real selves. So stay tuned. To all the tea drinkers.